what does it take to be successful? Everyone wants to know tips and tricks. And today we're going to show you what happens every single day and to do what you need to do and to be a successful entrepreneur and have a great purpose-driven life. We're going to show you some clips on what goes on in everyday life for Fred. And there's a lot more bite-sized wisdom-packed clips like these over on Instagram. So definitely go check that out after this show. But if you do need to practice these, they cover mentality, personality, your way of viewing the world in a different perspective, and they give you what you need every single day to have that life that you want to lead. And it's a lifelong process. That's the truth. So watch this. It's about half an hour, and I think it's going to bring a lot of clarity and give you a lot of things that you can actually implement. So here you go.
Often asked, how do I be successful? People go out and find the 3 things you should avoid, or the 5 things you need to do to be successful, or the morning practice that you need to have for a month to turn it into a routine that can make you successful. Success is not that way. It doesn't come in a can. It's not something that you can practice 2 or 3 little tricks and have everything change for you overnight, over time, or for your entire lifetime. Success happens because of a behavior that exists 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, year in, year out, no matter what. Success becomes a lifestyle, and that lifestyle is loaded with failures. To be successful, you have to be willing to be a failure. You have to be willing to try something and have it not work, and try it again. And keep doing that as long as you need to do it till you get to the conclusion that you want. And even when you get there, you're still not at the end, because competitors come in, processes change, new technology comes out. It's a constant battle to stay ahead of the game. It's something that doesn't end. Success is failure cured.
I want you to think about something. On your last day on earth, the person that you could have become is going to meet the person you became. What are they going to say to each other? What are they going to think about each other? What is that person you could have been going to tell you about the fear that prevented you from getting there? The fear of rejection, the fear of loss, the fear of trying, just fear that kept you in your place rather than going where you could have gone. Lose the fear that you have that's preventing you from becoming the person that lives inside you. Don't wait to the end to find out who that is. Start now.
Hey guys, I hear from a lot of you that I would change my life if I only had time. I work full time, and I just don't have time to do anything. Let me show you something. A work week is 168 hours. Trust me on that. You can look it up later. But suppose you work 8 hours a day. That's 40 hours. The gym, say you're a real stud, 7 hours, an hour a day for 7 days a week. Sleep, let's suppose it's 8 hours, twice as what I sleep. That's 56 hours. That leaves you 65 hours a week to do what you need to do to put your life where it needs to go. Get on it, change your life. This is the time to do it. Failure is not fatal. Failure is not the end of the road. We all fail. We all do things, and we reach a point where we didn't make it. We didn't win. We didn't accomplish what we wanted to. We didn't get the job we wanted. Failure is an opportunity. The very worst, it's an opportunity to learn something that we didn't know before, to take what that temporary moment was and use it to grow, to get bigger, to get better, to get faster, to get stronger. Failure is blessed because through failure, we get to where we want to end up. So don't stop, keep going, and let your failure become your success. There is one thing that controls your life every single day, and that's your perspective. The way that you look at things that happen to you, day in, day out, every month, every year, the way you address the good things and the bad things is going to shape the life that you have. It's going to shape the amount of happiness that you have. So take your perspective and turn it to positive. You're going to have a happier life, and you're going to be very thankful you did. You know, we work out all the time. I work out all the time. I'm always bragging about how much I work out. Pretty stupid of me, because we don't work out here. We don't spend enough time, and you don't need an hour workout. 15 minutes a day doing something different will really make you a lot smarter. All of us. In this post, there are 10 different sites you can go to. Find something to think about, something to do, something to learn about that's different than what you normally do. And when your brain does something different, thinks differently, and learns something different, it's like muscle confusion in a really smart way. So you want to get smart, 15 minutes, pick any of these things and change it up. And if you're not doing that, you're not living your life. So there's something to celebrate every single day of your life. And if you're not doing that, you're not living your life. You're living for the future. You want to be an entrepreneur. You're living for what that business is going to become. And that's not a great way of doing things, because we never get to celebrate. Because we never make it to where we ultimately want to be. None of us do. I haven't. I have all these successes in my life. I'm not where I want to be. When we're just talking here with the crew about wrapping this up, this is going to be the last module. No, it's not. I'm not satisfied. I want more. I'm never going to get to the finish line. And if I don't celebrate this, I'm never going to have a chance to celebrate. How many times have you reached the end of the road and you felt you couldn't go any further? The difference between people who are really successful and people who are not has nothing to do with that road. We all come to the end of the road. Every one of us, including the most successful people in the world. The difference is that road becomes your inspiration, becomes your challenge, becomes the reason you go further. Because the road tells you you can't. The road says it's the end. And only if you refuse to accept that, only if you continue and never give up, will you find the road to the happiness that you want. Find one of those companies, study them, and see how they can apply to your own organization that you're about to create. See if there's a company that you can find that really lives up to their statements. Customer support, customer love, bond that they have between their customers and themselves. Find an authentic organization that tries to do the right thing, that tries to have the best materials, the best experience, and whose employees are really happy to work there. So that's a lot, right? You have a great workforce, you're using good products, you have a very happy customer base, and the company's always trying to do the right thing, no questions asked. Find one of those companies, study them, and see how they can apply to your own organization that you're about to create. Report back to me, and let's see what you come up with.
And when you can have time for yourself before the world wants to take you for the rest of the day, then you have a great opportunity to get further and further along in your lives. Hey guys, I just finished with my daily routine. I encourage all of you to do something every day, to start a schedule before the world wants you. The reason is that most of the world's high achievers have certain things in common. Getting up early, exercising, meditation, yoga, journaling, and reading. So when I try to get you in these modes, it's not just to get you up, it's to get you smart. So get up, find a routine that works for you. It doesn't have to be 5 a.m. like me, 7 if you need to, as long as you got enough time to do the things that are important for you before you get to work.
The only place you can be is here, right now, this second. We're living in an area that we can't do anything about. Or we think about the future. What am I going to be in 5 years? What is my life going to look like 20 years from now? And it's really good to think about those things, but you can't live there. You can't be in that moment. The only place you can be is here, right now, this second, this day. So while you're making your plans for your future, plan to not let go of this day. Plan to have something happen today that's going to take you closer to where it is you want to be over time. And if you do that, if you can live in this moment, then you can understand that you'll have a victory every single day.
I tell you guys not to compare yourself to others, that we're all different. But even if you don't, a lot of us compare anyway. I'm going to be happy when I finally get that better job. I'm going to be happy when I move into that house. I'm going to be happy when that woman or man says yes to me. What are we doing? We're comparing ourselves to our future self. Our future self is always going to be better than us because it's what we are striving to become. And so even if you don't look at others, you're comparing, if you're waiting on that future event to signify your happiness. You need to be happy today with who you are, where you are, and how you're doing. Your future self is waiting for you. But don't go chasing it. You're going to get there soon enough.
Whatever your job is, whatever the deal is, do it now. It's Sunday, 7:30 in the morning. I have my cappuccino as usual. But I tell you guys to relax on Sunday. I've made 8 phone calls, written 5 emails, and had 1 partner meeting on a Sunday at 7:30 in the morning. I needed to do that because I made some changes in my business and I want to make sure everything's firing on all cylinders. So when you have something you need to do, forget the 9 to 5. Whatever your job is, whatever the deal is, do it now. If you do it now, you'll get it done. If you put it off one day, that day will never come.
This world is demanding on all of us, no matter where we are, no matter what our station is in life. We're always on the go. There's always too many things. We're always overwhelmed. Make it a practice to take a few minutes every day. Just relax. Just think. Just dream. Just be with yourself. Those little moments on a daily basis will make all the stresses, all the questions, everything worth it and easy to manage. Every day, in the morning and in the evening, just a couple of minutes will make all the difference in your life. There's never a perfect time to do anything. A perfect time never comes. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting to start school again? Waiting to change your job? Waiting to start some project? Waiting to move? There's never a perfect time to do anything. A perfect time never comes. What you need to do is, if you really want to do something, get up and do it. Because now is the only perfect time. Do it now. How many of you people don't like your jobs? Yet you go there every single day. You motivate yourself to go to something you don't even like. You know, a lot of us think that we have trouble being motivated.
I try to get everybody up and into a routine. And I get people DMing me all the time saying, that's really hard. It's hard to be motivated. But it's not really. How many of you people don't like your jobs? Yet you go there every single day. You motivate yourself to go to something you don't even like. What about motivating yourself to do something that's going to make you better, that's going to make you happier, that's going to get you a job that you love? When you go to Netflix, you're motivated to go there and watch shit. Why don't you get motivated to watch this and think about your future?
Because you ultimately are the one that is going to deliver, not just a product. You're going to deliver an experience. You're a special person, and you need to focus on that person first and foremost, because you ultimately are the one that is going to deliver, not just a product. You're going to deliver an experience, not just a company. You're going to deliver this greater purpose that you have for your life, so that when you get up in the morning, it's all smiles because you have another day to do something good for your world or even for the world. And that's never going to happen only worrying about mechanics. It's going to happen when you focus on doing the right thing in the right way and having that ethical fortitude that you need to deliver a great product, a great experience, and a great community. Do the right thing, even when it hurts, even when it's hard. You have an opportunity, by being as smart as you are, by being as compassionate as you are, to create a legacy, not just a company, to follow a purpose, not just some corporate mandate. So I want to take everything that you've learned and I want to bundle it up for you and deliver it to you with a great caution. Do the right thing. Even when it hurts, even when it's hard, even when it's so much easier to cut a corner or not care about somebody else or focus only on its profits and not all the people in the world that could benefit from you and what you really have to give. Just do it. That's the tagline for a shoe company. Get rid of your thoughts of being expressive and explaining exactly what it is. Forget taglines that say, we're the world's best athletic shoe company. Just do it. That's the tagline for a shoe company. So when you're thinking about how to name yourself, when you're thinking about how to name your products, when you're thinking about taglines and logos, forget about describing anything and start getting in here and start pulling the emotional impact out of the people who are your customers so they become enamored with what you have. They love you, they love your company, and they love your products.
As you can see, success is something that you're going to work towards for a lifetime. So follow us over on official Fred Cary and get those tips from Fred every single day. He is producing so much amazing bite-sized content over there. You can follow it, official Fred Cary, and make sure that you click the bell so that you get reminders when we go live as well. And we're here every Friday at noon Pacific time. We look forward to showing you one last clip. And this one is definitely gives you a view of life that reframes everything. That's the best way I can put it. So thank you all so much. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Here I am. This journey started 70 years ago. 70 years ago. I had no idea where I was going to be today. I had no idea what this was going to look like. You think back, things happen so fast. Things happen so quickly. It's like a flash. It's like something that you think about one day and the next day you're here at 70, 50 years later in your adult life. How do we plan for this? What does our future look like? What does our history feel like? They're almost identical. They're almost this gigantic clash of emotions, of feelings, of dreams, of expectations, of disappointments, the things we could have been, the things we could have done, the twists and turns that we could have made in our lives.
how do we go back? How do we look at things and figure out, what if I did this different? What if that wasn't the same? Every single step of the way, as we go backward in our lives, we wonder, we imagine, we think about what would have happened had this one thing, this one event been different, if we hadn't tried harder, or in those areas where we gave up too soon. There's one life, and we go marching through that life, never even realizing where we started or where we're going to end up. Never understanding that every decision that we make is going to lead us here, to where I am right now, today. 5 years ago, I could have made a decision not to start the company I started. 20 years ago, I had one child. I have 2 beautiful kids now. What are your choices when you're younger? And how do they affect you when you look back? When you have reached the end of your journey, what are you going to see when you look back? And the further back you can look, and the happier you are with the decisions you made, with the turns that happened for you. Even happy with the disappointments because they led you to where you are today. That's when you know you had a great life. But there are these memories that go back day after day, year after year, decade after decade. The changes in the music, the changes in the scenes, your clothes, your hair, the people you're with, the choices that you make. And finally, as you think and you go back and decide what I did when I was 20 years old, what I did when I was 25 and 30, put me where I am today. My past used to be my future. And I know what that past is now. Did I know what my future would have been? Did I understand that every decision that I make today will affect the person I am tomorrow? What will my future be? What will your future be? The answer only lives today. Your future lives and dies on the decision that you make in this day, in this hour, in this minute, at this time. Your decision for your future life happens now. What is your future going to be? And what are you going to look back on 50 years later to figure whether it's something that you're happy with or whether it's something that you wished you did differently? Today's your day. What is your future?